Red flags and green lights when you're dating and looking for love after 40. I'm Truly Eleanor and I help women find Mr. Right after 40. I also overcame my own struggles with unhappy relationships and choosing Mr. Wrong over and over again until I was finally able to overcome my insecurities, trust my intuition, and finally meet and marry the love of my life in my 40s. And that's why I really want to help women. I've been coaching women the last 15 years, but I really love to help women in that age group of after 40 because there's so many different pitfalls to navigate that not many people understand. And I personally understand those. So today I wanted to talk about, how to interpret the red flags and the green lights in your body and different intuition skills, and talk about that so that you can really date with purpose and intention and stop getting, duped by wannabe Mr. Rights. So I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel for more love and dating advice for women after 40. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is preparing before a date. That's the best way that you're going to really be in your body and to know the difference between these signals. Some of the things that you're going to fall, the pitfalls are hormones. So we've got a lot of different hormones, especially creeping into mid 40s and perimenopause and emotional things. Maybe you've got different forms of anxiety, or if you're a very sensitive woman, like an empath, you might have like nervous system issues. And maybe if you've grown up being told that you're wrong and having your intuition shot down all the time, then you're going to have a lot of trouble really dialing into your body and claiming and naming and understanding what your body and your intuition is telling you. So those are some of the pitfalls that we get into as we get older that we need to navigate. And the best way to do that, the number one thing that I'm going to talk about, is preparing before a date. So I would say start with, getting into your body. If you're going to go on a date, you want to spend some time closing your eyes, taking a couple of breaths, getting into the core of your body. I would also expand your heart space so you can get into your heart by putting your hand on your chest. You can do that now if you like, just to feel what it feels like. And just get your awareness to drop straight into your heart. Feel that connection. And intentionally, you can imagine or see your heart space. So that heart energy, whether it's pink or green, swirling around in the chest, you can see it start to expand all the way around you. So just pushing your heart energy out. This is going to really help you with interpreting signals, being able to see the difference between red flags and green lights, and really feel them with a lot of confidence. So you can do this exercise, push the energy out as big as the room, the city, the country. I always like to go as big as the world, the universe, and beyond, and just spend some moments with your eyes closed and just diving into the core of yourself. So this is where I would go into intentions. You can write these down beforehand, before you go on the date. For example, I intend to, express myself authentically. I intend to, go to this date with an open heart and an open mind. I intend to share myself or express myself authentically. These can be some of your top affirmations and intentions. You can pick your favorite ones and go have those as your go-to and just say them out loud before you go on your date. So you've got your heart expanded, you've said your intentions. If you like to get grounded and get into your body, different things could be moving your hips, doing hip movements to get really grounded. Getting into your legs. So you can also put your hands on your legs and do some like stomping motions. That'll really get you grounded. Going out in nature, if that's possible, if you can go out and just walk through the trees or forest or go down by the water, if you have nature around you. Those are some really great ways to get yourself ready and prepared. This is how you're going to really easily Interpret your red flags and your green lights. Second part is to really figure out what's your yes and what's your no. And again, like I said, if you are, in your 40s, you've had a lot of maybe unsteadiness with this, where you've gone back and forth and had insecurities and doubted yourself, second guessed yourself. And sometimes as we get older, we feel like, oh, I'm still single and I'm this age. And so you get even more wobbly with your confidence. And so this is where you want to really dial in what is a yes and what is a no in your body. This is very important. So you've done your preparation. Second part is to figure out what's a yes and no. So it's simply just from this expanded place, from this grounded space, you ask yourself, what is a yes? You're just asking your body and it will tell you. For example, my heart lifts and opens like a flower, and that's my yes. Then you ask yourself, what is my no? And just feeling to the body. For me, it's almost like this jolt of adrenaline or like a cattle prod to my solar plexus. That is a no for me. And I want to say a couple of things about the yes and no. So when you go on your date, you're going to go in this beautiful expanded space. You've got your intentions. You're going to show up and have a great time. If that's your intention, you want to get to know someone. If that's your intention, whatever it is. And listen, you've got to listen to this intuition. So if you show up and you've been talking to the person for 15 minutes, half an hour, and you've got that, the cattle prod or the no, whatever the no is in your body, you need to listen to that. Even if your mind is going to start arguing with you, because this is something as we get older, we try to justify or we try to out argue ourselves. Argue your intuition, which is a recipe for disaster. Time and time again, I cannot tell you how many times I have done this to myself. And the thing that would get me in trouble is I would feel like I had to give the person a chance, or I would feel guilty that I was judging them, or I would say, but I really like this person. And it was coming from a space of not having many other options. I really wanted to be with someone. I was feeling lonely, so I would try to make it better than it was. And I would try to justify or, argue my intuition. And that's where I got into a lot of trouble with myself. So I would say try to listen to that intuition. And it's not about the other person. It's not judging the other person. Your intuition is leading you towards your heart's desires. That's why you want to listen to your intuition. And it will lead you to this person you're looking for. It will lead you to your perfect mate. If you're not going to listen to it, it's going to take longer, or you're going to keep going down the path of choosing Mr. Wrong, like I did for so many years. And like I said, it's interesting how we can fall into that the older we get, because we're getting a little more wobbly about getting older and feeling maybe a little more insecure about being single. And so this is the perfect time, and actually the exact time we want to really listen to this. So that is my advice. I really hope that this was helpful for you. I have a lot of in-depth courses and things around trusting your intuition, finding love after 40, all of these things on Insight Timer. So if you go to that link in the comments, you can find me there and get a lot of more in-depth training, as well as watching more of my videos on YouTube for Love After 40, finding love. And so I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post below, and I'll be sure to get to them. Thank you for watching. I'm Truly Eleanor. Bye for now.